Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big Phone Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 92 of winning a national title with every team in the game. If you guys missed any other episodes, up in the right-hand corner, I am struggling with words apparently. Up in the right-hand corner will be a playlist of all of our episodes from 1 to 92. And if you're unable to watch the videos, I completely understand it. Down in the description below will be a record of every team that we have done so far and their season they eventually won a national championship. But if you guys do want to skip the wheel, write a comment down below of a team we have not done before. But new episode means new team, which means we get a wheel spin. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see who we're going to get here. Because we haven't done this. Well, we've done it in the last couple ones. Are we going back to the SEC? No, we're going to New Mexico State in this one. So let's find New Mexico State. I believe they are in the Mountain West. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they are. Apparently I'm wrong. Nope. That's New Mexico. Where's New Mexico State? They're not in the MAC. Am I stupid? I'm stupid because they're in the CUSA. It's fine. I'm only stupid on the inside. Anyways, yeah, New Mexico State is one of the probably lower teams. I mean, Kennesaw State is one of the worst teams in the game because they are a 71 overall, but honestly, they did pretty well. But New Mexico State is a 75 overall, so there is that. We are a motivator, which will be nice here for this one. We actually did do pretty well, 10-5. Last season, so there is that. But of course, we'll check out the coach abilities and the roster before we head into this. We do have recruiter and we do have architect too, which is going to be nice. Mostly for the offense, recruiters mostly for the offense, and motivator does have the boost for quarterback and receiver, but not yet for O-line and running backs. Our offense coordinator does have elite recruiter, mostly for the offense, which is nice, and tactician for the offense as well. Defense, we do have recruiter, but it's only for linebackers, and motivator, and the boost for DBs and D-lines. That will be somewhat nice. Looking at the roster, though, 87 overall center is not terrible. We also have an 80 overall halfback, which will be nice. Quarterback will be leaving us this year, but we do have Webster, who's a 73 right behind him. Halfback's an 80 with a 72 and a 70. Looks like we could use a lot better speed after Watkins. Wide receiver desperately needs speed. Offensive line's actually somewhat pretty decent. We are losing a couple of them, so we're just going to need depth. D-line, it needs some help. Linebackers are actually okay for right now. Corners need speed desperately. We're gonna need some safeties, and we do need a punter in this season. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything set up, and I'll see everyone at the end of season 1 here with New Mexico State. And here we are at the end of season number 1 here with New Mexico State. We go 3-9 on the season. Not a good season to start. We beat FCS, then lost the next 2, and then beat Sam Houston, lost the next 2, won against Louisiana Tech, and we lost 5 in a row. Unfortunately, we lost to Utep, and that was their only win on the season as well. So that was not very fun. Obviously, we don't make the conference championship since we are 3-9. That would have been very awkward if we did, and we were 3-9. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be moving up in any star ratings. Grayson McCall wins the Heisman Trophy for NC State with 3,100 yards, 41 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Very good season from him, and obviously we are not making the college football playoff. We don't need to hire any coordinators. Our coordinator actually pretty good in this one, so we'll kind of see how the off-season treats us and with everything. So we don't go down in a prestige. Coach stability improves, but coach prestige goes down, but a lot of people want to transfer out. There's really only one left guard that's really wanting to transfer. That's about it, though. Hopefully we can bring everyone else back. But it looks like Oregon wins it all here in year number 1, 38-26 over Miami. I looked at the NC State score. with Boise State, Old Dominion, NC State, Baylor, and Ohio State were the automatic qualifiers, with Oregon, Rutgers, Ole Miss, SMU, Notre Dame, and Oklahoma, Miami as the at-large bids. So, yeah, kind of a weird one with Old Dominion and Boise State both making it. So, congrats to them in the G5. But all in all, that's going to end Season 1. It's on to Season 2 here with New Mexico State. And here we are in Season number 2 here in New Mexico State, where we go 5-7, a lot better than last year. Adding on 2 more wins. We beat FCS, lost to SMU, then won back-to-back against Sam Houston and New Mexico. So we started out 3-1 on the season, and then we lost 2 in a row. We then beat Utep, lost 3 in a row, and then beat FIU, and then lost to Western Kentucky to end the season. Could have had a 500 season, but unfortunately, we were 1 win away, and not getting that 1 win to make it there. So, is what it is. This team is still super far away. Right now we're an 80 overall. Have only a couple people wanting to transfer out, so it's nothing too bad. Cade Klubnik wins the Heisman Trophy, 4,400 yards, 52 touchdowns to 2 interceptions for the Clemson quarterback. And, of course, we do not make a bowl game because we are 5-7, so we'll just sim to the end-of-season recap here and see what happens at the end here in Season number 2. Oregon won in Season 1. They normally do. But sometimes, I mean, when we play it, it's obviously different. But in simulations, obviously, it's changed. And Oregon goes back-to-back, beating Ohio State 21-21 or 21-20, with Boise State, Texas State, Alabama, Michigan, and Pitt as the automatic qualifiers, with Ohio State, USC, Texas A&M, Miami, Clemson, and Georgia, Oregon as the at-large bids. Ohio State had the easiest run. Or I guess not the easiest, but they had the easy first 2 games against Boise State and Texas State, and then had to face Alabama, and then beat them by 1, and then lost by 1 to Oregon. So, all in all, that's going to end Season 2, and is on to Season 3 here with New Mexico State. And here we are in Season number 3 here with New Mexico State. We go 8-4, a very good season here with the here with New Mexico State. We won our first game against Central Michigan, lost to Utep only by 8. I know it was an overtime, so they scored a touchdown and the 2-point conversion. We couldn't even score the touchdown in overtime. We had to come back from 28 down, or I guess 21 down technically. Anyways, in the first half to pretty much tie it in the second half. But then we won 6 in a row: FCS, Middle Tennessee, New Mexico, Kennesaw, Western Kentucky, and FIU before losing to Stanford. Then beat Louisiana Tech, then lost to Liberty and Sam Houston. End out the season going 5-3 in the conference. So unfortunately, we don't make the conference championship. That goes to Jacksonville State and Utep. We were 1 win away from getting it done, but we might have had a chance because I believe we were like 8-3 and we were like top 24. Maybe we were 8-2 and I think 24th in the nation, but we had a chance to be ranked at the end of the season, but unfortunately that does not happen. But we do get a bowl game for the first time with this team, which is very, very nice with us getting at finally a 500 season, because we desperately needed it. But Avery Johnson wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,700 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. A very nice season. I'll be taking on Liberty in the New Orleans Bowl. So I think isn't this a Conference USA matchup? I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure. I didn't think you could play. Yeah, I didn't know you could play your own conference in a bowl game. I mean, technically you can, but it's very rare. But all in all, let's go ahead and simulate to the end of season recap here. Granted, most of the time when I'm thinking of bowl games, it's usually like Big 12, SEC, or stuff like that. So there's other games like that. So maybe there's a chance, but I don't know. But anywho. We do lose, so we do go 8-5, but we do advance to a 1.5 star prestige. Coach stability, coach prestige improve up to a B and a B minus respectively. And yeah, Michigan wins it all here in season number 3. Was that in overtime? It was in overtime. Wow. Kansas State loses their chance at an undefeated season with Toledo, Oklahoma, Kansas State, Michigan, and Clemson were the automatic qualifiers, with Nebraska, Oregon in a wild 51-39 game. Miami, Alabama, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and Georgia as the at-large bids, and 48-46 with Clemson, and it didn't even go into overtime. It's a wild game too. And then Michigan won by 2 against Georgia. What happened here? a lot of close games. Like Alabama lost by 1 in regulation. But anywho, that's going to end season number 3, and it's on to season number 4 here with New Mexico State. And here we are in season number 4 here with New Mexico State. We go 5-7. Not a great season to start out because we won our first game and then lost 3 in a row, won another, then lost 4 in a row. Then we won the last 3, FIU, Jacksonville State, and Utep with all the wins. Sam Houston actually did pretty good at 10-2 season. So, I mean, we lost by 7 to Hawaii. We lost to Florida State. We lost pretty handily to Liberty. I mean, it was just a bad couple losses. Then we had a good couple wins in the season, but we can't be starting 2-7 pretty much. That just can't happen. But obviously, we're not making the conference championship game. We just signed a 4-star tight end. That'll help, I guess. 84 overall now. We get the week 16, so we got to advance 1 more week to kind of see how everything is going. And, of course, we'll check out the bracket at the end of the season. The boosts go away, so now we're in 82. Christopher Vizina wins the Heisman Trophy. 3,800 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions for the Clemson quarterback, who usually wins at this point in the year. And we'll, of course, simulate to the end-of-season recap and see who eventually wins it all here in season number 4 in this simulation. So far, Oregon's won it twice, and then Michigan won it last year. So we'll have to see who wins it this year. Conference prestige goes down. Coach stability also goes down, but we have 3 people want to transfer out, which is not very nice. And Clemson ends up winning it all 38-31 over Iowa, who was number 1 in the nation. Wow. Temple, Boise State, Iowa, Clemson, and Utah make it as the automatic qualifiers, with USC, Oregon, Michigan, UCF, Kansas State, and SMU Cincinnati as the at-large bids. Man, 4 teams from the Big 12 made it. UCF, Kansas State, Cincinnati, and Utah all made it to the college football playoff, and 3 of them won, technically. You count the Cincinnati Big 12 game. So, but, yeah, that's going to end season 4. It is on to season 5 here at New Mexico State. And here we are in season number 5 here with New Mexico State. We go 11-1 on the season, a surprising 11-1, because we lost our first game 14-7, and then we won every other game. FCS, Central Michigan, New Mexico, UTEP, FIU, Jacksonville State, Middle Tennessee, Western Kentucky, Louisiana Tech, Liberty, and Sam Houston, all in a couple of close games, especially late in the year. But, hey, wins are wins. So, we'll take 11-1, and we are in the Conference USA Championship for the first time here with New Mexico State. So, if we win, there's a possible chance we get a bye. But if we lose, we're out. And we won. And we're probably going to go into the college football playoff because we are now ranked 10th in the nation. So we will gladly take it. And, yeah, we'll have to see who we get here because 10-1 is a very solid season here in season 5. I don't think we'll go very far, but you never know how we'll go because we are only in 85. So I still feel like we're 1 season away. But Matthew Harris with South Carolina wins the Heisman Trophy. 3,800 yards, 41 touchdowns, 13 interceptions on the season. And we do get a bye going in the college football playoff with Clemson, Southern Mississippi, South Carolina, New Mexico State, and Maryland as the automatic qualifiers. With Texas, North Carolina, Miami, Notre Dame, Georgia, and Oregon, Arkansas as the at-large bid. So we'll play the winner of Notre Dame and Georgia in the next round. So we get an unfortunate short end of the stick wise in our being the 3rd best conference champion in this season. Getting a tough matchup here in week number 2 in the Orange Bowl with it being Georgia, which is not very fun. They beat Notre Dame 37-29. Texas moved on. Miami moved on. And Arkansas all moved on. So the winner of this game would go play Arkansas or Maryland in the quarterfinals here with this matchup against New Mexico State and Georgia. But let's get started here against 12-2 Georgia. I'm not expecting much because they are an 89 overall team and we're at 85. Not very... this is not going to turn out very well. I don't think this is going to turn out any well at all. But you never know what could happen. You know, it is college football. Anything can happen. We're starting offense first in this one. Let's go quarter by quarter. And we go nowhere. The defense gives up a field goal. So it's only a field goal, and it's only 3-0 after one. We have to punt again. Now it's 10-0. Now it's 17-0. And now it's 20-0 at the half. So 17 points from Georgia in the second quarter. And we finally get on their side of the field, but we turned it over again, and we're just going to go by quarter here. We do get a touchdown, but unfortunately, we get another one, but I think it was too little too late. We end up losing 20-14 against Georgia. We just got the wrong end of the stick here. I mean, we shut them out in the second half. Just the offense couldn't score at all in the first half. And we had some chances too, but it's just a little unfortunate. But I still feel like we're only a couple seasons away here in New Mexico State. We got a good group of players coming in, so hopefully we can get a good boost in training and be up to like an 87, 88 overall team in the next couple of years. Pro potential improves, conference prestige improves, coach stability and coach prestige all improve, and now we're a 2.5-star school, which is very, very nice. We'll gladly take it. And Georgia ended up winning it all over Texas, 45-38. Texas ended up beating Southern Mississippi and Miami, and then lost to Georgia, and Georgia beat Arkansas after Arkansas beat Maryland. So everyone that had a bye lost. So that's a little unfortunate, but anywho, that's good. In season 4, it's on to this is season 5. This is end of season 5, and on to season 6 here at New Mexico State. And here we are in season number 6 here at New Mexico State. We go 11-1 again. This time we are ranked 7th in the nation. We beat FCS, Cincinnati. Our only loss was to Liberty, who ended up being ranked at 38, or lost 38-28, who ended up being ranked. We ended up beating Uconn, who was their only loss on the season. So other than that, though, it's kind of a weaker schedule than Liberty and Uconn and Cincinnati. But then again, who knows what can happen. But if we can win here, we get a bye in the college football playoff, and that would be nice with another bye. This time we are the better team than last year. So we'll have to see how we do. We just signed a 3-star quarterback because we are losing a couple. We just lost a fullback to NC State. Why are they going after fullbacks? We did win. We are 12-1, and program tradition goes up to a C+. That's nice. So we still end up being ranked 7th. But we are Conference USA champions. Kohler had 10 catches, 191, and 2 touchdowns. Dang. We can't check the bracket just yet, but we're going into the Week 16, of course, and then next week will be a bye going into the college football playoff, unless there's like 3 teams that are above, or 4 teams that were above us, which I don't expect it. But George Hawkins wins the Heisman Trophy for Georgia, 4,000 yards, 39 touchdowns, 6 interceptions on the season. And we do get a bye in the college football playoff. Tulsa, Arkansas, Maryland, New Mexico State, and TCU were the automatic qualifiers, with Notre Dame, Uconn, Kansas State, Missouri, Oregon, and Michigan, Ohio State as the at-large bid. So the winner of Missouri and Oregon will get us in the next round. More than likely it's going to be Oregon, but we'll have to see what happens, pretty much. Never know. It could be Missouri. We're an 87 overall, 89 defense. We were like a 90 overall this year, too. We're in 89, I think, with the boosts. But we're playing Oregon in the college football playoff. They beat Missouri 31-17. Kansas State, Notre Dame, and Ohio State all won. So this will be a tough matchup here against one of the best simulation teams in Oregon. Let's get started against 12-2 Oregon. They are in 90 overall. We're in 87. So this will be a tough matchup here. Hopefully the defense can get stops, and hopefully the offense can put up points every time we touch the football, because I think that's what's going to have to happen. If we give up more than 20 points, I don't think we're going to win this game, but you never know what can happen. Starting on defense first in this one, and the defense allows a field goal. We turn it over, and now another field goal, so it's 6-0 after one with Oregon leading. We get a field goal to cut the lead in half. Now we get a touchdown to take the lead for the first time of 10-6, and we start with ball, and we go nowhere. Going into the fourth, it's still 10-6, but Oregon's got the ball on our side of the field, but we get a stop and force another field goal, and then we go 3 and out. But the defense forces a 3 and out, It's a big opportunity for us to put this game away. 1st and 10. We're wasting all their timeouts and a touchdown. We're up 8 with a minute to go. And that's going to do it for Oregon. The defense shuts the door on Oregon's offense, only allowing 3 field goals, and the offense scores 3 times themselves, but this time it's 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Black only had 98 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. It's kind of wild. But hey, a win's a win. We're moving on and going to the semifinals for the first time with New Mexico State in this one, which is a nice little change of pace here for New Mexico State, because last year we lost in the first round. The last couple years it's been pretty bad, but now we're up to an 87, so that's at least somewhat decent. So Laporta wins CUSA Defensive Player of the Week. We're going to get those, obviously, for the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Weeks. And we're playing Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. This is not going to be very fun. Notre Dame ended up beating Arkansas. Maryland beat Kansas State. And TCU got destroyed by Ohio State. So this is not going to be a fun one here against another tough Big Ten team. So let's get started here against 12-2 Ohio State. They are a 90 overall. So this will be a tough matchup here against this tough Big Ten team. It's going to have to be a tough one because I need a battle here. Hopefully, get stops on defense and scores on offense. We're starting on defense first, and we give up a big touchdown play. Now it's 14-0 early here after quarter number 1. It's not what we're looking for, but we put up a field goal, at least our first points of the game, and now it's 17-10 with a big touchdown before the half. So down by 7, now tied up. And it was 14-0 after quarter number 1. It's a 17-3 run for New Mexico State and make it 24-3 run. 4th and 21, we get off the field. If we can get a field goal, we're up 2 scores with 2 minutes to go. And we get a first down. We don't even need to get a field goal, but we score a touchdown. They get a kick return for a touchdown, but it doesn't matter, because New Mexico State's going to win 31-24 over 2 of the best Big Ten teams in this game with Oregon and Ohio State. And now we are 1 win away from having another team down in this series. That was an absolute huge win. We were down 14-0 after the first quarter, and we came all the way back to score 31 points the rest of the game. I know it was 17-10 at the half, so we were still down at the half. But our team that we're going to be playing in the national championship here, after we get through the Player of the Week awards, is going to be Notre Dame in the national title. They beat, I think it was, Maryland? Yeah, 31-20. So they also beat Arkansas 44-7 and lost and beat Tulsa 37-20. So this will be a tough matchup here. Both teams are 14-1. So we'll have to see how it goes. So let's get started here against Notre Dame. And they are an 89 overall compared to our 87. Same offensive overall, but their defensive overall is a little bit better than ours. By 3 overalls, if you want to go at that. But all in all, need some stops on defense and need to score on offense, just like last week against Ohio State. Just not allowing 24 points. Starting on defense, first we get a stop and then a field goal. Then another stop by the defense. It's 3-0 after quarter number 1. But Notre Dame can't score. It's 10-0. Now 10-7. Now 17-7. A lot of scoring there. But we have a 10-point lead going into the second half. And now it's a 17-point lead. Back down to 14 here going into the fourth. With Notre Dame having the football with a goal-to-go situation. 4th and goal. And we get a stop. That's a huge first down. And another huge first down because we're going to eat some time before Notre Dame can get the football back. And it's about to be 2 minutes to go. 4th and 14. They don't get a first. We're just running the football. There's a minute and a half, and it's a turnover. And New Mexico State will run a gauntlet to win the national title. It's another team down, but again, one of the tougher ones as well. We've had a couple of different ones that have been tough, but this one's also been tough as well. I mean, Oregon, Ohio State, Notre Dame are very tough teams to beat. But how about winning by multiple scores in the national title by 14? And it was a defensive-heavy game in this one as well as the first one, but the second one was really won by our offense. So we will take it. Another team down. And that means we're only about 42 teams away from getting this series done. 42, can you believe that? Only 42 more episodes until college football 26. But, hey, a win's a win. We'll check out the stats before we go. Oh, this is weird. Major and Zach both had games, so it looks like Black got hurt. He had to have, because he's 84. He is the better player. 1,800 yards, 14 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Zach had 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Andre with 779 yards, 1 touchdown, only 1 touchdown. He had to get hurt too, because Urban had 462 yards and 5 touchdowns. Black added 293 with 4. I'm not even trying to pronounce that last name. 151 and 4. And George here had 37 yards with 2 touchdowns. Receiving wise, Kohler had 967 yards with 5 touchdowns. Finau, I'm going to guess, 908 with 11. Volson, 750 with 5. Zimmerman, 304 with 1. Urban, 191 with 2. And Kumar, 138 and 2 as well. Defensive-wise, Centillo with 81 tackles. Waller and Lawrence both had 10 tackles for a loss. Waller and Lake had 6 sacks. Antonio had 5 picks on the season to lead the team. Only one with double digits. We forced a good amount of fumbles, and Laporta had 4 fumble recoveries. We had 3 blocked kicks, no safeties, and no touchdowns. That's unfortunate. Kicking-wise, Chester did miss 1 from 40, but was perfect everywhere else. Perfect in extra points, and only missed 1 field goal opportunity. Punting-wise, Quick, 25, or pretty much 2,600 yards, 8 inside the 20, 13 with touchbacks. Not a great season from him, and no kick or punt return touchdowns in the national championship winning season. But that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hit that like button down below. It is free and really helps out the channel. Also, if you guys want to see a team that we have not done before, again, write a comment down below. Make sure you do check the description before, because it'll be a very awkward conversation if you choose a team that we have already done before. But all in all, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'm out. Peace.